Hey, it's Josh from 100 North Outdoors. I just got home from a trip to Texas, which leaves me with 3 kinds of meat in my freezer: whitetail, axis, and blackbuck. And we need to know which is best. So join me as I cook my wife a Valentine's Day dinner where we put these species to the test.
Oh my goodness! Wait, what do you have over here? A chutney?
Chutney.
Well, I will tell you as soon as I remember. It is a tapenade.
Oh, the tapenade.
Yes. Please enjoy some art from our resident artist. She's in her dino phase at the moment. Yes, wow. We have bread with some garlic butter, some green olive tapenade, and some pepper jelly.
Wait, you should present the pot. We need a dish towel.
Please delight yourself in a crisp apple, a sparkling crisp apple, or one of our fine bottles of black cherry Shirley Temple.
I'm actually really excited about this
soda or
Shirley Temple.
cream.
I've never had it. I've had the other 3.
Can I pour you a glass?
Yes, please. Ooh, that's good.
We've just come back from Texas, and we have now in our freezer 3 kinds of meat. So we have our whitetail, which we harvested earlier this fall, and then the new offerings to our table, we have our axis deer, which is the favorite of many Texans that we've spoken to. And then we have a backstrap from our blackbuck, which has very mixed reviews. Some people on the internet rate it as their most preferred wild game meat, and some people have it very near the bottom. So we're gonna do a taste test. It also happens to be Valentine's Day, hence the fancy. And we're putting our love to the ultimate test. We're gonna cook 3 steaks, 2 of which are from unproven animals. My very brave wife is going to try with me, but how different from whitetail can they really be?
It is interesting how different they all look.
They do have very different
Like
colors.
this one's way redder.
Yes.
Actually, I could have guessed without you telling me which one was which.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. I have a variety of sides, and we're gonna cook each one of these backstraps into its own meal. And also, we're gonna save part of it to eat it on its own so we can have a true taste test between the 3 different steaks. We're gonna rate these steaks on 3 categories: texture, taste, and overall experience. And I would say texture and taste are mostly gonna be based on
The pure taste
taste test, and the overall experience can be contributed by the dish that we make in it too. Which one would you like to start with?
I feel like we should start with the whitetail.
The whitetail?
I think we should go down the line.
I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. So we're gonna turn this whitetail into venison steak Diane. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our venison backstrap and we're gonna salt it generously. Then we're gonna heat up some butter in a large pan over a medium heat, and we're going to brown our venison in the pan on all sides. When it's done, we'll remove it from the pan and put it someplace to stay warm. Next, we'll add some shallots and let those cook for about a minute, and then add some garlic and let that go for another 30 seconds. We're gonna be careful not to let the garlic burn here. Then we're gonna deglaze our pan with some brandy and let that cook down. Once it's almost a glaze, then we're gonna add our beef stock, tomato paste, mustard, and Worcestershire sauce and stir it to combine. We're gonna let this boil down until it thickens, and we can drag our spatula across the pan and it leaves a trail that doesn't fill in right away. Finally, we're gonna turn off our heat, let the boiling subside, and we're gonna stir in some heavy cream until the sauce is as light as you like. We're gonna plate our venison in thick slices over our sauce, and I chose to garnish it with some chives. To go with our venison steak Diane, we're gonna make blistered snap peas with brown butter and chives. First, we're gonna take some butter and melt it in a small saucepan over a medium-high heat, and we're gonna begin to brown that butter. Next to that, we're gonna heat up our cast iron skillet over a high heat. We're gonna add some oil, and we're gonna work in batches here and cook our snap peas in a single layer, blackening them on one side. The only thing left to do is to transfer those to a plate, season with salt and pepper, and drizzle with our brown butter and garnish with chives. Okay, honey.
Ooh. Immediately spills it.
So the first thing we need to do is the regular whitetail. Cheers. Okay, texture.
7.
7 for texture.
Yeah.
I would probably give it an 8. I know it's rarer than you want it to be, but it's soft, it's tender. Flavor?
It's not bad. Like, I almost want to say 7, but then I'm like, I don't know how much higher it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'm just gonna say 7.
I'm gonna give it a 9 because I love whitetail backstrap. I would eat it every day. But then overall, just experience out of 10. This meal, if we were gonna do it again.
7.
Wow, pretty much 7s across the board.
Pretty much 7s across the board.
I would say the sauce was good, but it wasn't as exciting as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So I would probably also meet you at a 7. It's good. Don't mishear me. It's very good.
Oh yeah.
All right, ready to move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
All right. For the Axis, we're gonna make an herb crusted backstrap with a balsamic reduction. For this recipe, we're gonna season our meat with some salt and pepper. We're going to melt some butter in a pan with some garlic and rosemary, and we're gonna put our meat in there. The original recipe calls for you to sous vide your meat, but I don't have a sous vide and my oven is currently broken. So I'm just making do and cooking the backstrap in the pan. We're basically cooking this backstrap at this point to our desired doneness. Next, we're gonna remove that from the pan and we're gonna make our herb crust in a small bowl, and we're gonna beat up some egg whites. The herb crust has rosemary and breadcrumbs and garlic and parsley. It smelled really aromatic and good. We're gonna roll our backstrap in the egg white as our binder, and then we're gonna roll it around in the herb crust, covering it as much as possible. We're gonna heat up enough oil for a shallow fry, and we're gonna add the backstrap back in. Brown it on all sides, and in this case I'm using tongs so I can be gentle and not lose too much of the crust, and we're gonna set it aside in a warm place. Now, I was supposed to make a red wine reduction with this recipe, but I didn't realize how long that was gonna take, and I should have been working on it kind of this whole time I was cooking. I didn't realize that, and I didn't want to take that much time, so I pivoted to making a much easier balsamic reduction, which is just taking balsamic vinaigrette, putting it in a pan, and cooking it down until it becomes a thicker consistency that sticks to the back of a spoon. When all that's done, we're gonna slice our backstrap thin and pour some of our reduction over the top. To go with our Axis, we're gonna make some creamed spinach. Now this was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. The longest part of this whole process was just boiling the water. We're gonna cook our spinach in batches, wilting it until it's bright green. It really only takes like 30 seconds. And we're gonna transfer it out of there into a colander, and we're gonna cool it down and squeeze as much water out of that as possible. And we're gonna set it to the side. Next, we're gonna melt some butter in a large skillet over a medium heat. We're gonna add onion and garlic and season that with salt and pepper. And we're gonna cook that until the onion is soft. Next, we'll work on building up our sauce. So we're gonna add some flour, stirring that for about a minute, and then we'll slowly whisk in milk and cream and let that cook down until it's thickened. Finally, we'll add the spinach back in and we'll season with cayenne and nutmeg and more salt and pepper.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the Axis.
Oh, sorry. Better than whitetail.
I'm already noticing that it is more tender.
Way more.
Texture-wise, way more tender, and it's more done too.
Yeah.
Which should make it less tender, but
Right.
it's more tender.
Way more tender.
Okay, here's your interesting tidbits about Axis. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Axis were introduced to Texas in 1932 by people who wanted to hunt them on ranches. Like it was a game.
Oh, so they brought, okay.
Yeah. And since then, it has grown in population to being the largest exotic species in Texas.
Really?
So there are 125,000 Axis deer, either on high fence ranches where they're, exclusively hunted by that ranch, or free roaming. Another really interesting thing about Axis that is different than whitetail deer is all whitetail deer go into rut and hard horn in November. They all rut at the same time. Axis deer go into horn, they throw antlers and lose them based on their birth date.
I was gonna say, it seemed like
Yeah.
there were all kinds of different.
Yes, so some bucks have no antlers right now, and some are fully in rut with hard horn right now. It's based on their birth date as opposed to time of year. 50 some odd percent of all of Axis go into hard horn between May and August. That's like the most likely time to find bucks throwing racks. So it is totally possible to find hard-horned Axis at any time of the year, even when we were hunting, but we didn't see any that were in horn. We mostly just saw does.
Yeah. Except your dad's, well, it wasn't.
He shot like a velvet spike, so it was like hard to tell that it even was a buck at the range that he shot it.
And they're delicious.
They are very delicious.
They're so
very
good.
Okay, so texture.
Texture for steak?
Yeah.
10-10.
I would agree. 10 out of 10.
10.
It is extremely tender. To me, this is the same tenderness as a beefsteak. It's just less fatty. Okay, so that's texture. What about flavor?
I'm gonna say 8. When there's nothing on it, it's so interesting. When there's nothing on it, but just like salt and pepper or whatever, it tastes really similar to whitetail. But then when you put like the herb, it's like the meat flavor kind of disappears.
Sure.
Or like takes on the other flavors more.
Sure.
Like I taste the Axis less.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Overall experience in this recipe. Wow. Happy dance?
10-10, that was delicious.
10 out of 10. You would say that's a do-over. Even if it wasn't
We
Axis,
could do it,
but
we could do it over with whitetail.
But that recipe is a do-over. I would agree.
It was really good.
It wasn't that hard.
I'm ready for my dessert. Can you show me my options of Girl Scout cookies?
Well, we are... Watch out. We were gonna do the third one tonight, but we're gonna actually rain check that until tomorrow because it is getting late and it is a work night. And also we've just eaten a lot of food. So yeah. I'm pretty full. But we're gonna table the Blackbuck till tomorrow and we'll do a final review then. Oh, it's the next day. All right, let's get set up again. We could do this.
Ooh, bubbly.
All right, recipe number 3, let's do it. All right, cheating a little bit. We're gonna be 3 recipes in at this point last night, so I picked one side that I wouldn't actually have to make, so. Little goat cheese risotto in a box. So we're gonna turn this Blackbuck antelope into a recipe that I have never tried before. I'm not sure what it's even supposed to taste like, but I was intrigued by it. It's gonna be venison saltimbocca. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our antelope into 2 equal pieces, and we're gonna put some plastic wrap down, and we're gonna pound it flat with a meat mallet. And if you don't have a meat mallet, a rolling pin works pretty good as well. We're gonna pound this down till it's about 1/2 centimeter thick. Now, my child was asleep, and I was feeling a little nervous about all the banging noises I was making, so mine ended up being a little thicker. It still turned out okay. We're gonna season both sides of the meat with salt and pepper. Then we're gonna lay a piece of prosciutto and a sage leaf on top. Next, we're going to put some flour on a plate and coat the non-prosciutto side of each piece of meat in some flour. Next, let's go to the pan. We're gonna heat up enough olive oil for a shallow fry over a medium heat. And we're gonna put our saltimbocca down prosciutto side first. And we're gonna cook that until it's browned and crispy at the edges. That takes a few minutes. Once that's done, we're gonna flip it over and fry the other side until it's cooked through. Once that's cooked, we're gonna remove that from the pan and put it somewhere warm. We're gonna lower the heat in our pan and add some minced shallots, and we're gonna saute those until they're soft. Next, add white wine to deglaze the pan and reduce that by 1/2. Finally, we're gonna turn the heat off and add cold butter cubes and whisk until it's smooth. Now, my sauce never became smooth. The heat might have been too high. The butter might not have been cold enough. This was my first attempt at making this kind of sauce. Even if it splits, it still tastes pretty good. You're gonna take your sauce, put it down on a plate, and put your Saltimbocca on top of it.
I'm nervous about this one.
Ooh, it's actually a lot more tender than
yeah, that cut a lot.
Did you see the way that just cut? So this is just salt and pepper.
It smells.
It does have a more strong smell for sure. Cheers.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna like this one.
It's way more mild than I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, it really
Taste-wise, that's actually better than whitetail. That tastes like beef.
Dude, leave it to the grazers to taste a lot more like conventional red meat. When we cut it, there was a distinct smell.
Yeah, it smelled
and that
like
made me a
whitetail.
little nervous. That tastes very mild.
Okay, now I'm a lot less nervous about trying this.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Mmm. Well, that just tastes like bacon.
That's good. Okay, you ready for some Blackbuck fun facts?
I'm ready for my fun fact.
All right, here's some fun facts about the Blackbuck.
Hit me with them, David Attenborough.
They brought Blackbuck over about the same time as Axis deer, so like 1932, in the 30s. And they both come from India, so it's possible they came over like at the exact same time. And they came over for the same reason. People wanted to hunt them. And Blackbuck are really cool because they're actually antelope, not a deer. And they have, because they're an antelope, they have horns, not antlers. And they grow those horns and don't ever shed them. Almost all of the horn growth happens in the first 3 years of the Blackbuck's life.
Okay.
So by the time that Blackbuck hits 3 years old,
that's it.
It will continue to slowly grow, but the most exponential growth is in that time period. So John David's Blackbuck that he shot, the antlers were 15 inches, which still marks it in like an immature status.
Really?
Yes, so a mature Blackbuck.
Oh yeah, because the other one you saw was bigger.
Oh yeah,
right?
We saw 2 that were bigger. That was the smallest of the 3 that we had seen. Mature Blackbuck is gonna have like 18-inch horns.
Okay.
And they can get as big as 28 or 30 inches. Can you imagine that? A 28-inch
I wish we had a yardstick right now.
And unlike Axis and Whitetail, they are almost predominantly grazers. So deer browse, Axis browse and graze. So they do a little bit of both.
Okay.
And the Blackbuck mostly graze, which is probably why it's rating as so mild, because
that makes sense, yeah.
Yes. For all the, like, I've even had people on my videos already commenting, Blackbuck is so gamey, you can't eat it. Even when John David took his Blackbuck, this Blackbuck to the taxidermist, even the taxidermist was kind of questioning whether or not we wanted to eat it. He said it was like the most gamey wild meat he'd ever had. That is not the experience I'm having right now.
All wild game must taste delicious in Texas. If this is the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their wild game is built different out there.
Even that piece, just nothing on it. Very tender, very mild.
Also, I'm really digging this recipe.
I am shocked.
Me too.
You saved maybe the best for last.
I would agree. Comment below if you think Josh should do this every night.
All right, hon. We got to give it your final thoughts. Texture.
10, 10.
Texture.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
10s across the board.
10s across the board.
Texture, taste, overall experience. Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I hate to say it, but I think I agree with you. That is just so
It was really good. I'm
so
shocked.
Good. And we purposely picked the most doctored recipe for this animal. And it didn't need it. We should have done this with something else.
It would have been really good in the herb crusted recipe too that we did the Axis.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed eating that steak dinner. And we'll see you in the next video.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Do it. Do it like the kids do. Do it for Chad. I couldn't even reach you. I didn't know where you were. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. RCAMPFIRESONG. And if you don't think that